Air conditioner's on today. It's like 92 degrees out there. I'm done with it. But I'm still cooking for you guys. Because why not? But I want to do something a little bit different today. Because I'm having a bit of a sweet tooth. This weekend, holiday weekend, just did me in. So now I got a sweet tooth and I got to find a way to fix it. So today we're making brownies. And you're going, cool, Dad, it's 92 degrees. You're going to start your oven? Nope. That's what I have an air fryer for. Yes, we are doing the next episode of Will It Air Fry Box Brownies. So buckle up. Let's go along for the ride. There are a couple adjustments I make to the recipe just because, I think they come out a lot nicer, but that's my opinion. So you're going to see what those are, and let's have some fun, make some sweet treats, and not get too overheated in our kitchen today. See you down below. Okay, now in the bowl, I've already got two of our ingredients. The recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup of oil. I don't really like the way they come out with the oil, so I use an olive oil butter combination, and I've got my 1/4 cup of water in here. Now, I do a little checking with Betty Crocker once in a while, and according to Miss Betty, if you're substituting butter for oil, you want to do double the amount of oil in butter. So this is 2/3 of a cup of my butter mixture. When I've got it in the bowl with the water, I'm going to pop that in the microwave for a minute just to soften it up to make it more easy to stir. And we'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got that started in the melting process, comes out of the fridge, it's awfully solid still, but that's okay. I'm going to add 2 eggs. And I'm going to start mixing the eggs and the butter together, so I can get a little more broke down before I put in the brownie mix. For some of you older viewers, you might remember back when, I'm trying to remember what the product name, I think it was called Oleo first came out. That was a fun product. What I use is very similar to that. It's pretty much half olive oil, half butter, heated up on the stove until it really incorporates well, and then just pop it in the fridge and let it chill. Best way to describe it. And we'll be right back once this is all incorporated. Okay, so we've got our butter and eggs and water all incorporated. Time to add the brownie mix. And the nice thing about swapping up the butter for the oil, it really makes I'm using Pillsbury milk chocolate, and it really makes these box brownies taste more like they came, from scratch, like Grandma used to make. There we go. Let me just kind of add that. Whoop, and drop that in. Yep. So you know it's real. We don't edit that. There we go. Drop this right in the trash. Now, I know some people like to use a mixer. Personally, I prefer to use the wooden spoon. It's how I learned, was using a spoon to mix it in, and it's how I do it. If you want to use a mixer, feel free. I don't judge. We're just going to kind of combine this all together. There we go. God. Kind of wish I could send the smell through the video to you guys, because the smell is just amazing, rich, chocolatey. Oh my goodness. There we go. The important part is make sure you're scraping down the sides, whether you're using a spoon or a mixer. Make sure you get all the mix off the sides. You want to make sure it's all incorporated in there. dogs are all excited. They smell chocolate even though they can't have it. Now, when you're doing this at home, if you want to lick the spoon, that's entirely up to you. I am not going to lick the spoon right now because I still got some more to do with it. I like to make sure I get as much off the spoon as possible. I'm going to go through and make sure this is, I would say, the vast majority of it is smooth. That's where I want to be. So you can hear the spoon hit the bottom, making sure we break up any lumps we find. And there we go. That's ready to roll. Now, you can buy springform pans, you can buy bunt pans, you can buy all sorts of specialty ass pans that will fit in your air fryer. If you're a cheap mofo like I am, you buy heavy duty tin pie pans and you make them work. So, first thing we're going to do, now if this was a crafting or fabricating video, I would say mold release, but really it's just cooking spread. And don't be afraid to be generous with it. You want these to pop out nicely. Now, what I did with the pan is I cut this flat rim off the edge. I went through like you do with the pie crust and folded it up so it would fit inside nicely. Now, we're going to add some brownie. Doody 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 doo. There we go. A little bit more. Now, this is why I didn't lick the spoon. I knew I still had work to do. When I'm done, I will be licking the spoon. Okay. Now somebody's going to blow a fit saying, but cool, Dad, there's raw egg in there. Yep, there is. Grew up eating raw cookie dough. Never stopped me. I'm going to pop this right into our air fryer. And we're going to put it in our air fryer at 300 for 30 minutes. Got to remember what I was talking about. So 300 degrees, 30 minutes. I'm going to pop that in, and we'll be back when they come out. Okay, while the first one is in the air fryer cooking, I'm going to show you guys how I prep this pie plate, so I'll have it ready for the second batch. I spent way too much of my life playing around in ambulances, so I have several pairs of these laying around. If you want a pair of your own, you can find them at most of your dollar stores. Basically, these cut through anything, so we just kind of take our scissors here and get started. Now this will be sharp, so be careful. I'm going to bend that out of the way, that sharp edge there. Now these edges will also be sharp, so be careful. Younger people, you want to do this, talk to your adults about perhaps doing the cutting for you. I talked to my adult about doing the cutting, and I told myself that I was okay to go ahead and just do it and don't get killed. So we're good. Now you see, I'm just kind of basically cutting right on that fold, going around. Halfway there. There we go. You just kind of let that rim, as you're cutting it off, fall by the wayside. And if you're really good, you do it all in one long peel, just like an orange. Just kidding. I've never been able to peel an orange in one long peel. I have tried. Grew up in the country, it's one of those things. And there we go. Now, this is sharp, so be careful with it. We're going to just kind of fold it up without catching anybody in the eye. There we go. And I'm going to put this right in the trash. Okay, now, for the folding it, basically, You want to take your thumb and your first two fingers. First two, you just get, well, two thumbs and four fingers, probably easier. And literally just pop it in. Anybody that's made homemade pie crust before will find this motion very familiar. It's one of those things that I always try to describe, but I can never describe well. I'm better off just doing it. You'll see I'm just kind of folding it in a little bit, taking up that space, and bam, there we go. Pan number 2 is ready to roll. So, while we're waiting for the first one to finish, I'm going to snap my fingers real quick and we'll jump to it, but for me it's going to be a little bit longer. Gotta love editing. It's the best way to go. Okay, so the first batch just finished. I'm about to pop them out of here. A little bit warm, so I'm going to put over the fingers. I'll tell you, if I can share smells, it smells amazing. Ugh. Okay, a little uneven. But the knife comes out 99% clean. So those will finish up like that. Let's see, so that was... there. So I just put a piece of paper towel in one corner of the air fryer, so I can hopefully make it a little more level this time. Now we're coming to round 2. I want to scrape all that ooey chocolatey goodness out of the bowl. Okay, so apparently I didn't make it exactly an even split. That's okay. They still will all taste fantastic. I'm sure of that. There we go. Get this all off of here. There we go. Bam. Now, see if I can get this to... there we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, on this one, I'm doing something a little bit different. Going through the cupboard. Forgot I opened these up over the weekend. The bag just totally fell to pieces on me. So, these are, just for a little bit of something different, Sour Patch Gummies. Why? Because sweet and sour just goes together. There we go. Plus, this being a smaller batch should make it more fun and interesting. Okay, so once again, we pop this into our air fryer. That could be part of the problem. There we go. Always look at the base of your air fryer to make sure that it's even. There we go. Closer. Okay. That might have been the problem, more so than the air fryer itself. So once again, we go for 30 minutes at 300. And once those come out, we'll be right back to check in with you. See you then. So, round 2 just came out, and also at an angle. And it looks like one of my gummies may have sunk in. I think for future reference, if you want to put gummies on your brownies, do it for the last few minutes before it's done. Just my thoughts on that, but it's still going to be good. Okay, that does it for making some brownies. Give me a minute, we'll be right back up top to finish up. So, does it air fry? Survey says, yes it does. So that's just a quick thing if you want something sweet, something fun, something to take with you to any small, socially appropriate get-together. Brownies in the air fryer. It works. Obviously, follow the recipe as you want. Like I said, I don't like putting just plain oil in them. I think they come out a little better, a little more flavorful with the butter mixture. But that's my opinion. That's how I like to do it. So, we made dessert for any of our socially appropriate get-togethers. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up. 2 weeks from now, on the 20th, may or may not be a video. I had something going on in the kitchen that day, so we're going to see what happens. But I figured give you a 2-week warning. We'll see. I may hash something together in the in-between just to have a video for that day, but I just want to give you guys a head up. So on the 20th, we're going to see what happens. Whatever video the 20th on, you'll see what's going. You'll see. That's good stuff coming this way. So we are working to build this and make it better for everybody. And I've got some great recipes that will be coming down the pike for you that I think everybody's really going to love. But until then, remember, get a bunch of people together around a table with a bunch of great food. You'll be amazed at what happens. Why? Because food is life. Life is good. Let's eat some more. You guys can do it. I have faith in you. And I'll catch you next time. Do me a quick favor. Leave a like down below. Hit that subscribe button and mash that bell. You'll know every week when the new video hits. Catch y'all later.